Let's now inspect the pool. And I use InterNACHI's pool inspection checklist. And that helps me go through the process of inspecting any pool of any size, of any type, residential and commercial. And basically, the first thing that I look at is the water quality and the water level. It should be near the top edge, and it should be interacting with the scuppers or the intakes so that the water surface is filtered well. Well, this is an infinity pool. You can see a good shot there, nice view, and it spills over. So let's take a look at that. And during the pool inspection, I look at the ports. Water coming in and water going back to the pump. And that is a safety hazard. That is not a safe drain. Somebody could get stuck on that and cause serious injury. So that's a safety hazard there. Now I noticed that the concrete itself is having some issues. You can see the iron coming through the foundation wall. This wall here is having problems with the reinforcement. So those areas there are going to continue to crack and bleed through until it's repaired properly. Taking a look on this side, you can see the damage being caused by the reinforcement bleeding through the concrete wall of the pool. So this wall over here needs repair. And it looks like in the past the floor has been repaired and patched up. So it's that wall there that we're concerned with. Here's the infinity pool, and it spills over into a large trough. And it goes down through that area there. So we'll see what's inside. I believe a lot of the equipment and pumping is going to be under the deck, and we won't be able to see much of it. Here is a heat pump unit to warm the water in certain seasons. So they have that running into the trough there. But right here, I'm going to pay attention to the structural components of the pool and to make sure we don't have any problems. Right now, everything is sloped away, so that's good. It's not sliding away. Little footer there could be patched up. Maybe it was patched up. We don't want this retaining wall to slide. And it looks like we have some cracking going on with some efflorescence being built up. And that is an indication that there's some pressure right there. It's going to start to pop off like it's doing right now. Let's see if there's any other indications. I don't see any water coming out on this side. That's good. And so here we have more efflorescence through the crack, and that's salt being left behind when the water is transferred through the material. It picks up the salt through capillary action. The water moves through concrete and stone and masonry and picks up the salt, and through osmosis this salt is built up on the surface here, and when the PSI pressure on the surface is really high, it starts to crack and spall, and you have structural problems, just like up there. So you have those watermarks there, and that watermark there. That's efflorescence And the same kind of problem. It's an indication of a repair that's needed before it gets really bad. So every pool structure should be inspected by a trained, certified home inspector who can give you the information you need to make smart decisions. And here is more efflorescence coming through a crack. Let's see if we can see what's inside there. So to give you an idea, there's that infinity pool drainage, and it just goes right into that return there. So there must be plumbing all along there that we can't yet see or easily see. Although I think there's a pump right over there. Let's take a look at that. All right, let's take a look at where all this water goes. So it's in here. And it drains back. So you can see the pipes going into a compartment. This is under the deck. And there's no access to it. It's like a large pool of water underneath the deck, but there's no access to that pipe room. And it's concrete above, concrete below. So it's right over there somewhere, and there's no access to it from above. Well, we do have one access area, and it's right here. So let's open up this pool access and see what's inside. Now this seems like an easier way to access the pool components, the pipes, the valves, and the pumps. And here's the heat pump that can heat up the water. Manufacturing label. The unit itself needs to be cleaned out a little bit, and it has been serviced in over a year. And where the pool equipment here is, under the shower, we have some masonry cracking, simply because of all the water. So, don't think it's settlement, it's really just water penetration and cracking. And we have a shower next to the pool, and it's functional, although it drains right into the pool access area. And here's the hot tub and the access panel, and there's the motor. And other components. We're looking for water leaks, damage, rust, corrosion, proper installation, structural support, and also maintenance. We want to make sure that this has been maintained. And also the electrical. We want that motor and the unit itself to be properly grounded and bonded. The unit itself is on. There's a small tear in the padding. Looks good.